Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Many of the Texas A&M fans know I have been extremely impressed with what Mike Elko has done since he's gotten to College Station. But I think the number one thing I've been most impressed with is what he's done on the recruiting trail, closing out a very strong 2024 class, adding what I think is probably the best transfer portal class that you see in the country, and then getting a nice start in 2025 as well. The questions you had about Mike Elko coming to College Station, we hopped on right when that news broke and said, this is one of the best player developers that you see across the entire country. The question you have is, can he recruit at the SEC level? And you are quickly getting your answer about Mike Elko and his recruiting chops in the SEC. And quarterback Husan Longstreet has emerged as kind of the top target for Texas A&M at that quarterback position. Now, as a Michigan fan, also a top target for Michigan, I'm very familiar with Husan Longstreet. One of my favorite quarterbacks in this 2025 class commits on April 14th. Sounds like Texas A&M, certainly the leader in the clubhouse. Want to get into the film, talk a little bit about what Husan Longstreet can bring to this Texas A&M offense. Really excited to get into this one. Before we do, and as always, just want to say thank you to you guys. A shout out to the Texas A&M fans, whether we're talking commitments for this team on the recruiting trail, transfer portal commitments, position deep dives. You guys continue to show a ton of love, a ton of support to the boys. Cannot thank you guys enough. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into Husan Longstreet. Now, the thing that jumps out to me when you watch the film is how easy the power is in the arm. We're talking about one of the more live arms that we see in this 2025 class. And I think the one question that you have is, all right, a little bit on the shorter side at only 6'1.5", 190 pounds. Now, what he might give up in terms of height, he certainly makes up for in the build that he has, extremely put together. He looks like he could be playing running back if he wants to. And a guy that you see the arm talent in the camp settings, but then he puts it on the field Friday nights in the fall. A guy in 2022 as a sophomore, 69% completion percentage, over 3,900 yards, 40 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions. In 2023, a 66% completion percentage, 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. Two things that jump out to me. One, he is extremely efficient, right? Over 65% completion percentage back-to-back years. And the touchdown to interception ratio, this is a guy that not only has that high-end upside in terms of the athleticism and the arm, but also a guy that's making good decisions as a high schooler. And you think that's going to translate to the college football level, a live arm. I think he really blends the ability to play within the offense, going through his reads, doing what the offense is asking him to do, but also marrying that with the ability to play off schedule and to be able to create outside of the pocket as well. And that's kind of what you're looking for. You never want a quarterback that only plays within the offense, can't really create anything out of nothing, but you also don't want a quarterback that just only plays off script, because that can get your offense in trouble too. Husan Longstreet, I really think, kind of blends that play style together. Now you turn on the film to Husan Longstreet, I think the first thing that jumps out to you is, one, he throws a beautiful deep ball, and he's a very good processor. The first play that you see, man coverage, no safety over the top here, and you're going to see him just kind of throw a beautiful corner route. I mean, this is as good as it gets. Easy arm talent, puts it right on the spot. This is a guy that you see him diagnose pre-snap, right what he needs to do. Now, the second play you're going to see is kind of marrying that idea that first play, we're going to play on schedule. We see what the defense is giving us, and we're going to go attack it. The second play, hey, when the play breaks down, Husan Longstreet, not only brilliant in the pocket, can extend plays, keeps his eyes downfield, and it looks like he makes a no-look throw right here. Incredible arm strength, back of the end zone. That is kind of what you want, that kind of it factor in terms of creating something when nothing is there. Husan Longstreet certainly has that capability. This is probably what you're most excited for in terms of attacking the deeper third. You see Husan Longstreet throw it on a rope, hit his receiver in stride for the touchdown. This is a guy that when you ask him to push the ball down the field, he is going to do that at an extremely high level. Now, this play stands out because you talked about Colin Klein in that offense. You are going to be asked to use your legs in this offense. And again, Husan Longstreet, not necessarily the tallest quarterback, you see he's put together, and a guy that is extremely dynamic, using his legs in that read option. You see the quick twitch. You see the ability to kind of work through contact. This is a quarterback that is going to provide you value, not only running the football, but extending plays. And again, when he's attacking that deeper third, especially to the boundary, you see him extremely accurate, extremely easy power. And another thing that you'll see on the film, really, really quick release. The ball comes out extremely quick for Husan Longstreet, a very compact throwing motion, another absolute seed attacking the deeper third. Here's another play that stood out to me. I mean, again, pocket a little bit muddy. I'm going to keep my eyes downfield. You see a lot of high school quarterbacks, they drop their eyes. They look to go use their athleticism, especially when you're as athletic as Husan Longstreet. What does Husan Longstreet do? He keeps his eyes down the field. He processes what's in front of him. And again, tacking that deeper third, throws an absolute strike to his wide receiver. Easy arm talent, a guy that has all the talent in the world, throwing the football, but also extremely athletic, can rip it in there when you ask him to. Really accurate in those short intermediate routes. You see him again, creating plays, keeping the eyes downfield. The kind of little Houdini in the pocket, which is something you love to see. I'm really excited about this kid. And again, you talk about going up against some heavy hitters for one of the best players in the state of California. That's what you want to see from Mike Elko. I think this is a really intriguing quarterback prospect for Texas A&M. And you talk about the benefits of getting your quarterback locked in early. We talk about this all the time. What happened when Arch Manning committed to Texas? You saw the wide receivers follow. What happened when Bryce Underwood committed to LSU? You saw some guys go follow Bryce Underwood to LSU. When you get your marquee quarterback, wide receivers want to look for two things. One, what offense am I going to? That Colin Klein offense, again, very appealing. Who's going to be throwing me the football? If you know they have a quarterback that's locked up, that's going to be able to get you the football, that suddenly becomes one of the best recruiting pitches that you have on the recruiting trail. Getting Husan Longstreet locked up on April 14th would be massive for Texas A&M building this 2025 class. We'll cover it if and when it happens. Appreciate you guys rocking with the boys. Again, if y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later.